Welcome to the online broadcast tonight. I am here in my home. This is how we're doing Wednesday nights. And so I just wanted to get a chance to come to you and to talk about something that's important. Really, I feel like important. It's been an important lesson in my life and something that's been very difficult at times to overcome in my own personal experience in life. I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit. There you go. You see my girls over there. But I want to talk to you about an issue that I have learned the hard way, if you will. I have learned to, and I'm still learning on a regular basis on how to deal with it. It's something that I can't imagine. I can't imagine without this lesson how anyone can be successful or truly happy or content in their life and relationships. And so tonight I want to talk about humility and the power that we find in humility. And so I actually I'm going to really knock this home and do everything I can to hit a home run on Sunday. We've been holding services live and in person Sunday from the Sarasota Event Center, which is right down the road from us at 600 North Beneva Road. A little plug there. The information's at the bottom of the screen. But I really want to kind of in person deliver this message because I believe it's a message that we need to do on a Sunday morning too. Tonight I'm going to have a conversation with you about pride and humility and share some personal stories and how this has impacted me and the things that I've done my best to learn, and I'm still learning, and share some scriptures with you that I think are super important. And so if you'd like to, you can share this video. Comment. If you comment on the Harvest page, if you're watching on the Harvest page, that will come up here in my feed and I can feature your comments here. If you're watching on my personal page, you can still comment and ask questions. And I've got Michael here with me. He's going to send me those questions and I'll be able to answer them. So tonight is really not just me talking to you. This is a dialogue back and forth. And if you watched last Wednesday night, you will know that we answered questions live on the air. And we're going to be maybe 20 minutes tonight, unless we get into some really good questions. And I'll do my best to answer them. What I can promise you is if I don't have the answer, I will tell you. If I don't feel like I feel like God's given me wisdom on something, I'll tell you. But I want to talk about pride and humility, but I want to talk about the power of humility. But let's set up the pride idea for a moment. First of all, the scriptures I'm getting ready to read, I don't believe are God's threats towards us if we deal or struggle with pride. If you do struggle with pride, give me a thumbs up in the comments if it's something that you know you have dealt with or struggled with. And if you don't give me a thumbs up in the comments, then I know that you really are struggling with pride because you don't want even to know. So go ahead and do that for me if you want to. But really, this issue has been something that I've struggled with because, and it's caused me to lose relationships. It's caused me to be unsuccessful in certain things. It has caused me great pain and heartache. And I can see the numbers of people that are watching dropping right now. So this is obviously an issue people don't want to hear about. That's okay. Trust me on this. I'm going to unlock something for you potentially that will help your life tremendously. I'm not going to beat you up tonight. I want to help you on your journey of faith and life. This is not just a faith journey. This is a life journey and how they intersect and come together. So Proverbs 11:2 says, when pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with the humble is wisdom. And I want to kind of begin to set up two columns here with you. One column being what humility brings. In this case, the scripture says wisdom, and what pride brings, disgrace. Pride does not bring disgrace because if you're proud, God heaps disgrace upon you. It isn't God. It's life. It's human relationships. It's the workplace. It's all sorts of things that if you have pride in those, your pride will bring these different moments of disgrace upon you. It's not God. God doesn't punish you because you're proud. Life will punish you because you are proud or I am proud. Proverbs 16:18 says, pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit before a fall. You will notice that I want to talk to you about what pride is kind of rooted in. Pride is rooted in insecurity. And so insecurity breeds pride, and pride breeds insecurity. And they kind of feed each other like this ugly thing. right? So when we're insecure, we have to project that we are, we got it all together, and then nobody can tell us anything. That we don't do anything wrong. We're the best at everything. There's nothing I don't know, and I know stuff, and I'm this and I'm that. And what you'll begin to realize is that in those moments where you're feeling like you have to project something, that you're projecting it from a place of insecurity, which is causing you to build up the residue of pride. And that residue, that force within you and me that causes us to overcompensate, to feel like we have to always toot our own horn, to feel like we've got to make everybody around us think that we're the best at everything, or to demand affirmation, or whatever it is that can manifest in an unhealthy way in our lives. Hashtag guilty here. I want you to see that it's rooted in insecurity, and insecurity is rooted in lies or untruths that we buy into, specifically with how we see God or how we believe he sees us. Because if you're secure here, you'll be secure here. If you're secure here and in your heart, you know who you are, you'll be secure in relationships here. And so when you experience moments of insecurity that manifest usually as pride, and pride usually as things that begin disgrace and things that are falling apart and things that are destructive in our lives, you can trace it back. You can begin like a train almost to work your way back to the caboose. You can work your way back kind of to the source of things if you can catch it. And on Sunday, I'm not going to give it to you tonight, but on Sunday, I'm going to help define some words or some feelings that you're going to recognize so you can catch these moments before they happen and before you do harm to yourself or somebody else. And you're going to say to me, Pastor Dan, how do you know these things? Because I have done them. And when I looked back on the situations, I realized I should have caught myself here. And so this insecurity that breeds pride, and this pride that breeds insecurity, and that circular destructive kind of mode that we get into is where we're going to see some of these scriptures, if you will, prove to be true in our lives. Proverbs 29:23 says, one's pride will bring him low, but he who is lowly in spirit will obtain honor. So we see there's wisdom and humility that we get from humility. There's honor that we get when we're humble. There's all sorts of things that naturally come or occur in our lives when we take life with humility. And so I don't want to waste, I don't want to throw out too much tonight to you, because I want to concentrate on two things. Insecurity breeds pride, pride breeds insecurity. Humility is a sign of power. Yeah, you can comment and tell me how good that is. Humility is a sign of power. And powerful people find it much easier to be humble. It's the exact opposite of what we have have thought or been taught or has been projected in society. So people that are powerful are going to find it much easier to be humble. And humble people are going to find they're way more powerful. So relationally, with you and I, or with you and somebody else, if I am humble, if I take a humble approach to our conversations, to conflict, to disappointment, to something I've done wrong or something you've done wrong, if we approach it with humility, we're going to find that there's great power in that. Not power that you subvert, or not power that you display over another person, but powerful on the inside, powerful knowing who you are, what you're made of, and how you can interact with somebody. And so let me set up a scenario. I believe that most people, thank you, Marcy, thank you so much. Well, we like emojis, as long as they're not mean ones. That's good. You're going to find this, guys. You're going to find that that when, I'll give you a scenario. I want you to picture this. Every one of us in our life, if not more than once, are going to find ourselves driving our truck off the bridge. We're not going to know, or let's say the pier. We're not going to know that the end of the pier is near or is coming, because of whatever emotions we're experiencing, whatever anger we have, whatever, righteous indignation we feel, whatever we've been hurt, we've been wronged, we've been this, we've been that. And you will find yourself at one point or another in your life driving yourself off a pier and not realizing it. All you can see is what you're feeling and what you're experiencing, what you're dealing with. And when you are on your way to the end of that pier, if you have approached your relationships, and this is an example, with humility, and people know that you're humble enough to, is that a splash emoji, Lauren? Yeah, you're going to go splash. But if people know that you're humble enough to receive the warning, to receive the, hey, so the direction you're heading is going to lead you to destruction in your life, to great catastrophe in your life, if you can hear that in the moment. In other words, if you've projected to your relationships prior to this happening that, hey, if you see me going in a bad direction, I am humble enough to actually hear what you're going to say. I can heed your warning. Then the people around you are going to be like, hey, Dan, hey, Lauren, hey, Marcy, hey, whoever else is watching, I know you're dealing with a lot, but let me just tell you the direction you're going. I think you're going to find yourself in a heck of a lot more of a mess. If you can receive that in the moment, what happens? Now you become powerful. Now you can put your foot on the brake. You can get control of your situation. You can begin to deal and process the anger or disappointment, whatever is forcing you to do that, or you feel like it's forcing you to do that. If you are full of pride and the people around you say to themselves, hey, everything, all the warning signs could be there, but if you're full of pride, what are people going to do? One of two things. They're going to say, he's not going to hear me. She's not going to hear me. Boom, off the pier you go. Off the pier I go. Or they're going to address you and they're going to say, hey, you're on your way in a direction that, like, from a place of love. This is not like, confronting people in truth, their sin and that kind of stuff. No, it's not about that. It's simply about, I care about you. I know that you're upset. I know that you got some stuff happening on the inside of you. But what it's causing you to do is go in a direction that's going to bring some real trouble. And I'm worried about you, and I'm here to help you, and no one else needs to know about it, and I'll cover you, but here's what's happening. Here's what I see. And if you're full of pride, what are you going to do? Well, usually what happens is we not only reject the wisdom that comes, we not only reject the warning, not only do we not heed the advice, but many a times we then label that person, alienate them from our lives, and we cause other people, we want everyone else around them to believe negative things about them, because how dare they confront me? How dare they come to me and deal or say something that is, that feels like they're getting in my business. And when you do that, you will find not only, like my mom just put up, off the pier, no bueno, mom, that is worthy of a special feature. Come on, guys, you comment, you get featured, and when you get featured, you get closer to God. It's a proven thing. But not only do you get closer to driving off the end of that pier, but you will not have any worthwhile, meaningful relationships in your life. You will drive the very people God sends to you to provide help, to provide guidance, to provide a safe place to help you grow and sharpen you. You'll find that they're not around anymore, because no one wants to be around somebody that is full of pride. Nobody wants to be, let me tell you this right now, there is no such thing as being full of pride and being confident at the same time. Well, that's a truth bomb. That is a truth bomb. That is quotable here today. You cannot be confident and full of pride at the same time. They are not synonymous. They are enemies. Our confidence comes in knowing who we are on the inside. And when you know who you are, it makes it a heck of a lot easier for you to approach life in a humble way. I have so much more to say on this subject, so much more I want to bring to you. You're going to have to wait till Sunday. I'm going to give you one more thing before we end today, just one more little tidbit before we end today. If you will help us today, there's a link in the comments in the description of this video. If you want to donate and give. We would appreciate you giving and donating to what we're doing. We have a lot of expenditures right now as we are adjusting, and I know, Lauren, you're going to have to wait till Sunday. Yay! Um, we have a lot of expenditures right now in doing what we're doing and accomplishing what God's put in front of us. But we are reaching so many people and want to reach more. And you can help us do that. There's a link in the description. I'm going to leave you with one more thing if you hang with me. But there's a link in the description, a link in the comments. If you can donate and give and honor what God's asking us to do here with your finances, it would mean so much. And thank you, Lauren. Lauren says this is good stuff. I appreciate it. You're good stuff. So here we go. I'm going to end with one more thing, and I love this. I'm going to give you a little hope, okay? The reward for humility in Proverbs 22:4, it says, is riches and honor and life. See, it's not weakness. It's not everybody looks at you at how weak you are, how your backbone. Thank you, Emily. Your backbone is is weak. You don't have you don't have the heart of a lion. It's the exact opposite, actually. There is riches and honor and life when you learn to be powerful through humility. And Sunday, I'm going to teach you how to begin to reroute your brain and reroute your heart and reroute your actions and your responses so that you will set yourself up to approach difficult situations, especially in relationship, with humility so that you can be powerful in your life and in your faith and in your journey here on the earth. God bless you. We would love to see you on Sunday. Bring someone with you. People need to get out of the house. We have people actually right next door to us that are confined to wheelchairs that are in an assisted living facility who come over every Sunday now and join us because it just brings life and joy into them. You just don't know how many people, your neighbors, loved ones, who need to get out and be in the atmosphere that Harvest has. It'll be one of joy. It'll be one where you leave feeling uplifted, where you feel like people are texting you. Actually, no, it's fantasy football. I'm sorry about that. We really would love to see you, to see your loved ones, and for you to come. If you haven't been out on a Sunday morning, it's so good. It's so awesome. It's been so much fun. And I'm going to finish this message and give you some good practical stuff to walk into this week with. God bless you. We can't wait to see you. Hope this helps. Share, comment, give if you can, and learn the power of humility. See you soon.